Buy Hoge. Me and Tommy, a couple other people here in the Hoge family. Hoge has to at least kind of do what Doge did. It has to.
Yeah.
It's basically the same word. It's a dog. It's Hoge, it's a Doge. It's the same thing. It's very hard to buy right now. You got to follow 1,000 steps.
That's why it's perfect.
And eventually, if you do all those steps and get it on, eventually when it's on like Blockfolio, hey Blockfolio, put it in your fucking app. Then
it's really
everybody buys
that,
it. And
it's not that.
Do you
hard
have to do that every time you want to buy it? Like, do
No.
you already have a
you go
that
through-
is
you go
happening
through
Here's
the
for
long
everyone
steps,
who wants to buy Hoge Coin. Here's how you do it. Go on Blockfolio, whatever. Well, we'll say Blockfolio. Any wallet like that. Buy Ethereum. Set up a MetaMask account. Send
I was
your
gonna say, that's what people say.
MetaMask
You
is
lost
easy.
me right
It's
there.
easy. It's a
I'm
Google
out.
Chrome extension. Send the Ethereum
Start
to your
to finish, it took
MetaMask
me like
account.
15 minutes.
And
the
then
whole
use
thing.
Uniswap to switch Ethereum to Hoge Coin.
You know
and
what
boom.
is funny? What you just said.
That's it. It's not that
It's a
hard.
lot like workout commercials where they're like, just do this for 15 minutes and you'll be good. It's like, okay, yeah, if I just do 15 minutes of straight push-ups,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking
Well, that's
gassed.
what-
If
that's
you
what I'm
think
saying.
about 15 full minutes of downloading and clicking and following and logging in and
For the
like,
potential of millions.
I know, I did it. I'm just saying, when people are like, it only takes 15 minutes, like, in terms of logging into shit a bunch of times,
Yeah,
that's a
it's-
long fucking time.
Logging into shit is the worst. Like, that
Oh,
is
and they
everything
have a
about this,
million,
yeah.
and it's good. They have like all these security checks, so you don't like get robbed or whatever.
Also,
but
that,
it's
I'm
like
very paranoid about losing my wallet password. I have
Yeah.
it like securely.
I think I
don't know,
might
think
have
it's
lost
on my phone
my-
somewhere.
I don't
like,
have a
See-
clue what my password is.
I don't
You
even
could-
know.
you
It's
could
very
read it.
long.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
makes no
Are you-
sense.
Are you guys the biggest stakeholders of Hoge in the world?
No.
What is
Tom
the-
Lay
Tom, I have
has
lost.
about 93 million Hoge coins.
Holy shit!
But who
I
else?
have
Bro,
four.
I
I have
mean-
4 million.
Yeah, I
Has
have
anybody
3.
else outside of the bar?
Wait a minute, hang on. I have 3 million Hoge coins. If Hoge does what Doge did, that'll be worth like 150 grand, I think.
More than that. If,
More
if,
than
Ho-
that?
if Hoge gets up to 50 cents, we'll have like millions. We'll have millions.
Really?
Yes.
Millions.
If Hoge does what Doge
Well, think
does,
about it.
mean-
If we have 3 million Hoge coins, 50 cents is half of that. It's 1.5 million.
so Tom Lay will be like a fucking.
Tom Lay
Wow.
will be
But that I mean,
life-changing.
like as much
yeah,
as I'm
yeah, yeah,
joking,
that's an unbelievable amount of money.
like it's really not that crazy to think that Hoge will have its moment, whether it goes to 50 or 60 cents or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm thinking of when there was a point when my Doge would have been worth like 50 grand, but I think that was when it went to like 10 cents.
Right. We're so,
Right.
like right now. I think Hoge
So
is point
I mean,
zero,
imagine
zero,
Tom
zero,
Lay is
zero.
just fucking like
That
has
would be
$10
wild.
million.
That'd be
It-
insane.
would be
it's
insane.
very possible.
Very
Guys?
possible.
And
But
I
does
think I
anybody
brought-
outside of Barstool have Hoge?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a deflationary coin, Rudy, okay? Whereas Doge floods the market because it's a joke. Hoge is in control of the fucking demand and the supply in the market at all times.
I feel you. I
good.
respect it. I respect
50%
it.
of people
Yeah.
hold, or the top holders, like few holders, hold 50% of Dogecoin. Like they could influence the market like that. Dogecoin, it's deflationary.
The people.
The
The
people
people.
own it. The people own Doge.
I respect it, dude.
This
We're in a
communism
cult.
now?
We're in a
So you're in a
cult. We are in a cult.
Oh,
Are
for
you-
sure.
These are the same people that like came here, delivered shit to you,
Yes.
like
Yes.
all that.
Yes.
Okay,
Who
okay,
will be
okay.
on the
You're in a
podcast.
Which
cult.
actually
You're in
I
a
thought was a very bad sign. Very
What
bad
do you mean?
sign.
That they were like,
they're-
sucking
They were
Tommy's
like,
dick.
They're
Tommy-
almost using him to
Because
push the product.
we're a fucking family over
remind-
here. You
Yeah.
know about family.
But he's the whale of like.
You
I am
guys-
their Elon Musk.
You guys seen the WeWork documentary?
Yes.
Oh,
He
I
reminds
need
me
to
of,
watch
he
that.
reminds me of what's his
Honestly,
name? Andrew,
Adam,
the CEO,
the
whatever the
I
CEO,
fuck.
haven't seen it,
yeah.
so I
that.
cannot comment on
It's
if I agree
actually,
or
you would
disagree.
like he's one of those guys people just like trusted what he said and followed what he
Bro,
did, and maybe it
oh,
ended
yeah.
up being
He
like a
is
little
a-
weird, but like the
he's a
idea
talker.
itself was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And honestly, the most important thing, it's got a cute dog meme too.
Yes,
It's
and
a
their
different
memes
dog.
are
It's
very
not the
good.
Shiba Inu. It's the regular fucking
I
meme
saw 2 this morning
that look like
of
the
the
Doge.
Doge dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I
Really?
got back on the
They're so
Doge
cute.
train yesterday.
Well, so here's the thing with Doge.
That's a
Elon,
sign, Rudy.
That's a
Elon's
sign,
going
That's
dude.
why I'm talking to you, bro.
That's tough.
Elon's going on Saturday Night Live tomorrow,
I can't wait for that.
and he's going to talk about Doge, and everyone's thinking like it's going to pop again. But Doge is 2008, man. It's over. It's over. Doge had its moment. It's
I
time for
think it's
Hoge.
too late to get rich on Doge.
Yeah,
Like right now,
you
Doge
can make
is
some money, but you're
50
not gonna.
cents.
Yeah.
Even if it goes to $5, which is crazy, 10 times investment, you put 1,000 in. That's nice, $10,000. That's not changing your
No,
life.
it's not millions
Like
like
Dogecoin is
Hoge,
so
baby.
small right now, where you could have that like 10,000 times.
Well, that's why, as much as it's silly.
What? Rudy?
10K? Like, why would
That's
you not
not life-changing money.
But why would you not want 10K?
No,
Why
you
would
can
you not
do it,
want
but-
10 million?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just do both?
Tommy's
Yeah,
just going
well, you
full
got
Sean
big
Parker.
picture.
It's
Oh,
10
yeah.
years.
You are- yeah,
No,
sure,
you
sure,
can,
straight
but the
up.
idea, like, there's
That's
nothing
evil
else aside from just actual gambling, like throwing a bunch of money on a fucking number in roulette, that's gonna give you that possible return. Of course, it's all like silly and meme and pie in the sky.
Yeah.
But there is a better chance at getting like 10,000x your money doing this than like anything
Yeah.
else, really.
Yeah, no,
Are you on crypto?
Nope.
Not at all.
I've thought about it.
You
Hoge,
feel
I've
like, I
come
feel
really
like you
close.
would be that guy.
Yeah, it's a thing that like I feel like I've missed the boat a couple times.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoin I did miss the boat on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like big time.
Right.
Not to the point where like
Did
I
you ever
regret
consider it? And, like,
Absolutely.
and you just never pulled the trigger. That sucks.
Close to regretting. Like
Yeah.
that's how close. But the steps
Come on
don't.
with the Hoge
The
family.
steps don't sound that crazy. They really
they're
do.
not that
Right
hard.
through it tonight.
Yeah.
I used
There's
to,
a
like, make
chance.
fun of
There's a
Bitcoin.
chance
I was
I
like,
do it.
Bitcoin's so stupid. Like I just forever was making fun of that shit, and now
Well,
I'm
they
like, I have
are
an
all pretty
OpenSea
dumb in
account.
a way, but whatever.
The
fuck.
right people told me about Bitcoin, and then of like the 4 or 5 people who wanted me to do it early, one person absolutely was the wrong person to tell me it, and I said, if you're in, I can't be in. And that person did so way too early and blew it, so I feel mildly justified in that
Right,
sense.
sure,
but
sure,
sure.
there was one guy who's like, I just can't be on anything.
Well, I
you're
remember.
on."
I mean, our first introduction was Bitcoin Marty. So anybody? Yep. But it's kind of like one or the other. But Marty was very like Bitcoin Marty was this dude who just started coming to Barstool without a job. He did not work here. He didn't get a paycheck, but he spent his whole day here. And I just remember him writing on whiteboards and stuff. And I was like,
He
you
did.
don't
He had a
work
job, right? He worked
here?
here. I think he
I thought
worked.
it was
I
in
think he
AdSense.
worked
I
for
thought it was
Lou,
like
I
he
believe.
worked for
Does
Lou,
he?
but did advertising.
But that's what I
advertising.
mean. Was it a paid?
I think he
like,
was on Lou's payroll, not
Yeah,
Barstool.
that's what I think
he was a
Barstool.
Yeah.
He got a paycheck
I
from
think he
Barstool.
did.
I think him and Lou just did Bitcoin, but I think he was technically employed by Barstool.
It was early enough in Barstool that like it could be. the
Also,
case.
like, remember, like, he still has, like, I believe he has, like, the #1 Bitcoin podcast in the world. Like,
Yeah.
Jack,
Tales-
like,
Tales from
CEO
the Crypt.
Jack
Oh, yeah?
Dorsey has gone
Yeah,
on
well,
his
so that was
podcast.
my
Oh
point
my
was
God,
that like
really?
I remember being
That's
like,
a deal.
who is this
He's a weird
Bitcoin
cat.
Marty
He has like
clown?
60,000 followers.
Well, I
I,
also
like,
think he has.
recently came across
I think he
this
has like
picture.
60,000
Isn't
bitcoins.
that Tales from the Crypt?
So I remember thinking, you know,
I'm gonna
Bitcoin
look up
Marty,
that
like,
shit.
who is this wacky guy? And now he's like, oh, I'm the guy who's like, you know,
Well, I learned about him
10,000
on
times your
on
net worth, pal.
MLB Network. I learned about.
Yes, yes. Mad Dog Russo.
Oh yeah,
So we got
my
Bitcoin Marty
personality.
coming up into the brink or whatever.
It's all 5
That was
personalities.
Yeah.
I think we
know
called
any
him
good?
Playboy Marty by mistake. That's current.
Current.
person.
Current-
Bitcoin
that's-
Marty is a
Bitcoin
real
Marty
thing.
is
I'm trying to
the-
like
Playboy Marty's one of the
I
best
have
nicknames
a
ever.
like.
You
But
can't
no,
work here
please.
and be called Marty and not have a nickname writer attached
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
name
that's
Marty.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Marty
Some kind of
Bent
Marty.
has 67,000 followers right now. Editor in chief
Crypto
of Marty's
king.
Bet. Yeah, he had like I think 1,000 when he worked here.
I mean,
Wow,
him and
wow.
Lou are probably gonna retire off of Bitcoin alone. So
Probably.
sometimes the crazy people are the ones to listen to.
True.
It's
Again,
always
the
a fine
person I
line.
didn't listen to wasn't crazy, was an idiot. And that was the
That's
other people were
sometimes
crazy.
it too.
The other people were crazy though, and I should have listened to them. The idiot just he drove me away.
Well,
So
even look
stupid.
at like
That's
Portnoy. You know, Portnoy's either, depending on what you're talking about, like the smartest guy in the world or like the biggest idiot. Where it's like, you know, if you listen to him on this thing, you'd be fucked. If you listen to him on this thing, you're going, you know, to the top.
Can't be in the middle.
You know what
No,
I think
I
is
just wanna be
the
rich.
future of it is I think that like why wouldn't you
Like-
just be able to like crypto a person? Like you know how everyone's like, oh, I'm buying stock in.
So
like,
that's so BitClout is like the first thing that has that where you can
BitClout?
buy. Yeah, BitClout's like a.
I've never heard of
It's
that
like a
phrase.
kind of a social network, but it's the idea of that you can buy into like a social like a influencer.
Okay, well that I would love to get on. However, if it wasn't like skyrocketing, it would ruin my confidence.
So
I'm
I
going to
know.
sign up for that.
I'm
Like,
on
if
it.
I- not everyone in the world invested in me personally. I
You
would
might
take it
already
personally.
be on it. What they did is they went through and they
Are
had.
people profiting off of me? And
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
getting a
It's
cut?
like my account already existed. A lot of Barstool people's already existed, and I just claimed it. So I haven't done anything with it. I'm not spending any money on it, but I was like, just in case, because if something fucking skyrockets. So I think there's basically like there's like a KFC coin. You
Okay.
get your own crypto coin, and people can buy that if they
I am
think you're going to go up.
intrigued.
Yeah. Well, somebody,
As am I, but
somebody
I'm gonna be really
tweeted-
That's the
mad if-
future,
if
dude.
The,
Like,
ar- the
Yeah.
article
yeah.
I read about it had a tweet
Tommy
embedded
coin
from I
and
think
Oh my gosh.
one of the YouTube guys. It was either Mr. Beast or David Dobrik, R.I.P. One of those guys said like, I don't know anything about stocks, but I do know about this world of like internet influencers. So and I've got money to spend, but I don't know anything about stocks, so I don't want to invest in that. But if I could buy and sell this kind of shit, like I know a fuck ton. I know who's gonna blow up. I know who's gonna fall off. I know this
Right.
is the realm I know. So I wish I could buy and invest in that. And that's what BitClout did, where you can actually.
I mean,
Wow.
weirdly, that's like more tangible of an asset than an NFT.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Your
if you
person?
bought ZA and then he links up with troops, and they're fucking they
Yeah.
start skyrocketing. Like
Right.
that's buying the right people when they get
That's
in
on
here
That's
early.
on a discount.
That's
What
but
decides
like,
that
with-
price? Like, what decides the price of that person? Is it based on like followers?
That I don't know. I mean, it's
Yeah,
probably like what your actual cloud is.
Twitter
I think it's
followers?
based on your follow because it's all linked to Twitter and Instagram, so it's
Okay.
probably
It's probably ranked.
like
It
heavy
It
followers.
could also
Probably
just be
ranked.
based on nothing. Like Doge is based on literally nothing.
Well, Doge based on how many people buy it.
Yeah, but it's so you could be the same thing about
Right.
like Tommy Smokes. If you
Okay.
got enough people to be like, we're gonna buy Tommy, then the price goes up.
I'm very into this.
I'm not into it.
It's either
I have
a
like
very
scam
'Cause it sounds like
and like everyone's
slavery.
gonna invest their money and
It's-
lose it, or they're gonna get rich.
I don't think it sounds like slavery. Like I would just like, I would be like, well, I feel like responsible. I feel like I have a fiduciary responsibility to people who invest. in
Yeah.
it.
just said fiduciary.
Fancy, fancy,
And
sir.
I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna get drunk on a Saturday afternoon. Like, well, but I'm not working, and my investors are probably.
Could you imagine?
I would argue-
Could you imagine? Listen, think about this. Could you imagine you log into BitCloud and you put $1,000 of your money into John Feidelberg? You log on to Instagram and he's drinking his milkshake.
It would go up. It would go up. If I invested in fights, and I went on a Saturday night and he's on Instagram, he's like, I'm reading, I'd sell immediately.
Like, have you seen the milkshake guy? He's stuck in his mustache and he says big words. We're going to the moon.
Yo, I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's disgusting.
I followed you
When
on
it-
TikTok
like
at
the
6. I see you're doing
clump-
it now on
love it.
TikTok, and I followed to support.
I think it rules.
I'm
sorry, I think it's so
The
funny.
TikTok's awesome because the views
It's
are
great.
going down,
Yeah.
but the leaning into it is going up, which is,
Yeah.
which
You know
is
what?
such an awesome
I've been
move.
doing my whole career with this guy. That's what we do
Of
here.
course. I just,
That's awesome.
It's just so gross.
96% of you motherfuckers watch these videos and aren't subscribed. Shout out to the 4%. You are good people. 4% of people are watching our
That's
clips.
about what the I would guess the breakdown of
Good people versus bad
demographics
people?
in the world.
Yeah.
Good people versus bad people. Probably about 96% to 4.
That's
but Be
fair.
a good person.
But it's not even. I'm not even asking you to be a good person. I'm asking you to push a button.
Yeah, but,
I'm asking you to click a button.
you can be a bad person still, but just click
You
the
could be a
button.
piece of shit. Just click subscribe. 96% of you watch these clips and they're like, oh my God, that was a funny clip from this podcast. I liked it. And I'm just not going to help them out. The people who work to make it, the people who work to produce it, to post it, to upload it, and there's nothing from you. You're a bad person if you don't subscribe.
Be a good one.